having a panel today continuing on our discussion for the conference that we have conducted in July in terms of the business cases that we started working on it and seeing the potential in some of the startup projects. It's not really startups. The two cases that we will be talking about today is already established. I wouldn't say well established, but established and has the potential. I would like, of course, to start with welcoming Dr. Ahmad Dallal, the president of the AUC Cairo, Khalid Ismail, the chairman of HI Mengel VC, who is joining through a Zoom call, and of course, Mohammed Dawood, the CEO of the development company, and Mahmoud Abu Rokab, the founder of Biodiesel Masr. Dr. Ahmed, we start with.
Thank you. Excellencies, Dr. Abla Abdul Latif, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today. To start, can we, yes, here it is. So let's see. Allow me in the beginning to talk a little bit about some of the work which is done at AUC, and then I will close by talking about potential collaboration with Development Inc. These are some of the things that I would like to talk about. COP27 is an opportunity to showcase Egypt's contributions in the field of climate change, and of course to address some of the questions that the first panel has addressed and that we are all talking about in preparation for COP27. The perspective from Africa, from the Middle East, giving a voice to alternative perspectives on climate change. It's also an opportunity, COP27, to demonstrate the vital role of higher education institutions and how they are designing strategies to respond to these challenges. So the hosting of a global event such as COP27 is a significant moment also for Egypt's leadership, with Egypt giving voice to the perspectives of many, many different regions in the world. AUC, the American University in Cairo, has established itself as a key resource in Egypt in the fight against climate change. And this is not just now in the context of COP, but it dates back way before COP. Over the years, the university has built expertise and demonstrated serious and impactful commitment to this cause, making the university a pioneer in climate action as an institution of higher education. Now, AUC's climate change initiative is something that we started a little less than a year ago, was established in response to worldwide climate change challenges and the active role academic and research institutions must play in understanding and addressing some of these challenges. This initiative includes research, it includes student activities, teaching and learning, as well as outreach activities. One of the, let's see, yes. Sustainability at the university is at the core of many things that we do. We have sustainability in the curriculum. Of course, in a university, the first thing that we do is educate. We have a graduate degree in sustainable development, which is a pioneering degree of its kind in Egypt, and to some extent even in the region. And we have very significant research in a multitude of fields and disciplines. And of course, there are many service activities that the university undergoes. So curriculum, research, and service. The degree in sustainable development, in a way, is the degree that's training the people who are going to take the lead, who are going to fill the new jobs of the future. And in fact, many of our graduates are playing a central role in this area. We also, at the university, many of you have seen the campus. The campus, as you know, is a very environmentally friendly campus. The design of the campus, by the way, had important environmental principles in its design. And since it was designed, there was a climate, an initiative, an internal initiative to measure the carbon footprint of the university. And through this initiative, AUC has demonstrated its commitment to reducing its carbon emission. We actually reduced the energy consumption in the university after the university was built, which is already an environmentally friendly campus, by more than 30%. Of course, this is not sufficient, but there has been consistent effort to work on this front. And in April 2021, AUC published the carbon footprint report, which shows trends over the past 9 years. Another important initiative at the university is the Center for Applied Research on the Environment and Sustainability, CARES. AUC takes pride in what I think is the leading center for applied research on environment and sustainability. The center, as some of you know, was founded by His Excellency Dr. Hani Swalim, who led this center for many years, the new Minister of Water Resources and Irrigation. Under his leadership, CARES became a hub for the adaptation to climate change in Egypt and the region, and for the development of solutions for food insecurity and research on desalination and food farming. A range of activities. And I think one of the most important things about the center and many other initiatives at the university is that it is the search for local solutions. You know, the work on providing local solutions, not just thinking in isolation. As I said earlier, last year we launched a task force for our participation in COP, and we formed a committee for this participation in COP. This was Dr. Swalim was the chair of the committee until he became minister. Now the chair is Dr. Khalid Tirabia, whose field is sustainable architecture. And these are, some of the researchers from multiple disciplines. Again, I will elaborate a little bit more on that in a minute. In COP27, we have a total of 150 faculty members, undergraduate and graduate students, research assistants, and staff members who will be participating. This global conference, to our mind, is an opportunity to, first of all, talk about the solutions that we as researchers, as an institution of higher education, have developed to mitigate climate change challenges, to share the work that we have done in sustainability, in design, and in engineering, to organize events and panels that add to the conversation, and of course to connect with other participants and springboard as a springboard for possible collaborations and exchange of expertise in the future. We already collaborate with many national institutions. We collaborate with African institutions, and hopefully we'll be able to amplify that sort of collaboration. If I may, I don't know if we'll be able to do this. Can we click on this link? Is it possible to click on this link? Just to give you just a flavor of the activities that we have in COP on every day. No. The link here, the link to the planned events. Can we? Well, okay. If we can't, I mean, I just wanted to give you a sense of there is a very intensive program that we've prepared for COP27. Please feel free to visit this link if we can't click on it, just to give you a flavor of the types of things that we're presenting. The range of activities, by the way. And I think this is important. I mean, there is quite a bit. We actually show some of the research. We have posters, we have demonstrations, prototypes of some of the work, some of the research which is done. We have panels, continuous panels. Already we have a series of panels. Only last week we had 6 panels on different aspects of climate change. But at COP, We will be sharing some of the expertise that we have in these areas. So we will be talking about the research. We'll be talking about some of the educational activities. We will, research in areas of green architecture and sustainability, alternative energy, quite a bit of work which we're doing on energy transitions, the urban development and the design environment, lots of work on water, on desalination, on the use of solar energy in desalination for the purposes of irrigation, not for the because desalination, as you probably know, to produce potable water, drinkable water, is extremely expensive. And it's not the sort of solution that Egypt needs. The desalination we work on is for the sake of irrigation and for addressing issues of food insecurity and food farming. So solar, salt, and the three S's: solar, salt, and soil. This is how Dr. Swalem refers to them. It's this cycle for food farming, for addressing issues of food insecurity, and so on. We'll be presenting on all of these, but we have a range of activities that cover things like literature, storytelling. Because obviously we need, in the effort to combat climate change, we need to mobilize society on a grand scale. And there are multiple, we have theater also in connection to, there are many plays that will be presented. There is storytelling and readings and so on. So we'll be talking about a range of activities and showcasing some of the work that we've done. I guess we can move now, it's okay. And I invite you to look to visit the website to get a sense of the work we're doing. Now, all of this to say that the effort at the university is not connected exclusively to COP. Of course, COP presents an opportunity, and it's a very important moment for Egypt and for institutions of higher education. But this effort started before, and it's going to continue way after COP. We plan to further our collaborations with startups, amongst other things, through our incubators such as the Innovation Hub and the Venture Lab. The Venture Lab has already accelerated more than 300 startups so far. Some of these startups are extremely successful, and many actually address issues that have to do with climate change in one way or the other. A number of the startups were founded by AUC alumni or collaborators and friends. We are specifically, and I want to say here, in reference to Mr. Dawood, we are specifically in discussion with Development Inc. In anticipation, of course, of the role that they intend to play in Egypt. And we will be meeting again to continue this conversation next week. When Dr. Abla Abdul Latif told me about Mr. Dawood, we jumped on the opportunity. We started talking, and my colleagues, Khalid Tarabia specifically, has been in more intensive conversation with Mr. Dawood. We find ROGP, Technology Development Inc., a promising breakthrough, and we see an opportunity for a wide collaboration between ROGP and Development Inc. and AUC. We're discussing a number of things with Mr. Dawood, potential collaborations to include, and please, Mr. Dawood, correct me when you speak. You may add even more. First, joint efforts on research and development to advance the technology. I was extremely happily surprised to know that Mr. Dawood had a connection to one of our gurus, Dr. Salah Al-Haggar, who will be speaking at COP, by the way, who was talking about sustainable construction 20 years ago, or even more, before anyone was talking about the subject. He has a book. It's one of the books that I showed here. He has written on the subject. He's done extensive research on the subject and is a guru in this field in Egypt. We're also discussing with Development Inc. the possibility of laboratory testing of various ROGP mixtures. I mean, we will be extremely honored if we could contribute to the great work that's already done by Development Inc. Also utilizing ROGP material in our campus expansion project, and I'll say a couple of words about that in a minute, and offering a strategic vision of implementing sustainability campus-wide already in the existing campus and beyond. This collaboration, of course, will support the campus efforts in both environmental and social responsibility to reduce carbon footprint even further, using ROGP as a sustainable construction material. And we will discuss some collaborations at the COP27 exhibition as well as some other collaborations to test some of these products on campus. In the fight against climate change, we're trying to lead by example. We're planning for a greener campus expansion. Already, as I said, the campus is very environmentally friendly. We've made very serious efforts to reduce our energy consumption to make it even more environmentally friendly. We still use plastic bottles, I'm sorry to say, but hopefully we'll address that before too long. But we're planning for an even greener campus expansion that will take as primary goal our environmental load. Now that we are part of an amazing urban development in the city of New Cairo and in Cairo in general, we have a new generation of buildings underway that showcase our mitigation efforts against climate change. These are some of the plans. You see, this is where we're going to be expanding very soon. We're ready to embark on the next phase of our expansion, and we intend to build a green campus, an even greener campus, and to deploy some of the technologies, some of the research, some of the solutions that we've learned about that potential partners like Development Inc. have developed in the building of the new campus, in the next phase in the expansion of the campus. Academically, we also will have a new school, a school of design, architecture, and urban studies that will combine challenges of the built environment and will graduate the next generation that will be able to resolve some of the challenges of the built environment. These initiatives and activities are all part of our strategy to continue to work on climate action beyond COP27. As a higher education institution, the core of our mission is to lay a solid foundation for our students, of course, and to have an impactful role in the wider community by using our expertise and knowledge to support other universities and public policy. Let me just conclude by saying one more thing. When we started the climate change initiative a few months back, again, triggered by COP27. We knew that we had resources, we had serious work that's being done. I really didn't expect to find what I found. There is so much work which is being done in the university, and bringing all of these people together and creating the platforms for them to collaborate. We even created some seed funding, grant funds for internal collaborations for projects. Some of these projects will be on display at COP27. The amount of resources and possibilities that we discovered in the course of launching this initiative were endless. And this is only one institution in Egypt. I think COP27 is primarily about finding differentiated solutions, customizing approaches to climate intervention that work in different locations and different environments. And we are just one example of these possibilities. We obviously have collaborations also with other national institutions. We have a common research project with Alexandria University on water research center, and there are other collaborations as well. I think there are gems. I mean, I discovered some of these gems only internally within one institution. I think there are massive gems. If we manage to mobilize them, I think we will be able to multiply the effect of the work that we do. And we can only do this through partnership. I mean, first of all, by thinking creatively about mobilizing our multiple resources and through partnerships across different institutions. The partnership with Development Inc., I hope, will be one of these, and I hope it will have a great impact as we move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmad, for giving us the vision and the commitment of AUC when it comes to sustainability.